Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin and welcome to another video on the Great Creative YouTube channel. This is going to need some context before we start. We're going to start, obviously there's been a terrible occurrence. Technoblade has unfortunately passed away. Saturday morning, I believe it was. I know there's time zone differences. I'm in England. And problem, I don't even know what to say. We're going to start this video with some real talk, then we're going to get into some, trying to joke around, and all the building, and then we're going to try and end with a bit of real talk again. But I've got a bunch of videos, clips lined up. It's editing on the smallest budget possible, so we've just got a bunch of clips that I'm just going to scroll through of me building. However, it only started partially into this, because when I first did it, I mean obviously when it happened, I got home that day and I cried. I'll be honest, I cried a lot. Then I went to bed, woke up Saturday morning. Wait, no, it was on Friday morning, sorry, not Saturday morning that he passed away. And woke up on Saturday morning, I saw all tribute videos and I cried a lot more for at least 10 minutes. And I saw Phil's tribute thing that he did, and he made a big thing in Minecraft. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make a big thing in Minecraft, and I started making it, and yeah, that's how it started. Obviously Technoblade was massive part. The YouTube and Minecraft community is one of the best Skywars players. One of the best Bed Wars players. Win streak record, of course. And it's terrible to see him go. But we're here to honour the life that was once lived. So the recording only started partially into it, and because it was just I was getting part of it done. It's supposed to be like a sword, and it's going to have his cape around there, and the crown floating above it is the design idea. Gosh, I barely know what to say. But then, partially into it, I realised, you know what, I can record this and it can replace the Roblox video that was going to be today, so I don't have to record the Roblox video on such short notice after finishing this. And I spent the entire day on it. I spent the entirety of Saturday and a bit of this morning, Sunday morning, on it, about 2 hours of today, and 13 hours of yesterday, so 15 hours overall I spent making it. And so we started it, and we built it. We built a handle and some of the bits, and I was needing light blue concrete for the entire build. I needed light blue concrete for the entire thing, but I had been using the bone meal that I needed to make the light blue dye, by converting blue dye to get poppies and make the red concrete for the cape instead of the light blue. And you'll see my annoyance here. I just realised that I spent my entire half a stack of bone meal trying to get red dye from a grasslands biome that I could have used making the light blue dye, which I needed to use it for so much more, before realising that my infinite iron farm also generates the exact flour I need for red dye. That half stack of bone meal would have meant that I most likely wouldn't have needed any more bone meal for the light blue dye. But now, I have to wait for my Jeez, was I really that annoyed?
Farm to finish, and then I can harvest it, and I have to put all the seeds into a composter to get 10 damn bone meal.
Jeez, I was annoyed. Okay, I didn't even realise I was that annoyed.
I forgot.
I did not realise I was that annoyed. There's another clip about me ranting it. The first one with... Wait. Is this the right clip? Hold up. This... Okay. I'm new to this, okay? Another clip. The first one with Minecraft stuff. Also.
I know I already made a clip complaining about bone meal, but I don't think you understand the annoyance of just waiting, not being able to do anything.
Hear those lip smacks.
Because you need more light blue concrete, but you can't get any bone meal.
So basically here, the entire, you can see my mouse, light blue concrete was supposed to come up. It was supposed to be in the middle of these two, the blue concrete bits here, and then I needed a bunch more later on.
Why can't composters just be more efficient? I got half a stack of bone meal out of 4 stacks. It's like, well, actually, it was like 4.5 stacks of seeds.
No.
And I spent it all on the wrong thing. I just need light blue.
I soon realised that because I was making an extra stack of bread every time I harvested, that I could actually use that for bone meal, and that was actually a lot more efficient, so I never complained about it again. Anyway. Progress.
Once I got the bone meal and the light blue dye, just progress has skyrocketed. We've now getting the handle, well, not the handle done, we're getting the side bits done, and then I'm going to move on to the handle before putting the cape over and the crown on top. Everything is going great for the most part. I don't know how long, whenever I work through
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, no. Ignore me.
The glass dome thing, this bit here, creepers spawn, anything could happen at any point. I just got
Creepers did spawn, absolutely. Sorry about that. Oh my god, I just had a sudden realization moment where I didn't think I'd started recording, but I absolutely have. But creepers did spawn. A lot of them spawned. I had to remake these sidebars so many times because whilst I was climbing up with the water to get to the top to build more, there were so many creepers there whenever I tried to work at night, and I had to rebuild them so many times. What's the next clip? I know what this is, I think. Oh no, I'm going forward multiple clips. Oh no. Oh wait, that was the one I just did. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm terrible at this and it's not even proper editing.
The bottom of the sword looks pretty weird, but I think it's going along pretty well to say that I am absolutely horrific at building.
I am indeed horrific at building. That was a very short clip, okay.
Just realised that the sword part looks like a hand, like the handle at the bottom. So I made a mistake somewhere, and I don't know how to fix it. But I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing.
I didn't word that very well, but this part here looks more like the handle than the blade. And I wanted that part to be the blade, but I just did it completely wrong.
Okay, I've decided I am just going to put the sword. The top is now going to be the spiky bit, the bottom is now going to be the handly bit. And I'm going to make it work.
Yeah, so I've flipped the sword now. The bottom bit's going to be the handle and the top bit's going to be the blade. And here's the blade.
Progress is good. I've nearly finished the blade. Everything's going great. I just finished off that very top of the blade. I'm thinking of finishing off pretty soon. It's looking quite large. And then it's just the cape and the crown to go on. I've been working on this for like 5 hours now, but I want to get it done.
Ooh, on the very top now.
I think this might just be tall enough. My render distance is at absolute maximum. Might just be tall enough. However, I have no idea
so many
how I'm
lip
going to be
smacks.
able to fit the cape around this. So I think the cape is just going to have to go around the handle and not the top of the sword. Because the top of the sword's like at least a stack and a half up.
I could have just checked the Y level to get a precise amount.
I have an infinite iron
but
farm,
I didn't.
But I don't have that much iron right now that I can get today. And this needs to be uploaded tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
And hey, it's 20 past 12.
I'm gonna work something out. This thing takes over 2 minutes to scale. it takes like 3-4 minutes to get to the very top. Yeah.
So, Digman, I've come across Cape definitely is going to reach top. I was complaining about iron there for some reason, but the iron shouldn't be the real problem. I can get enough iron. It's going to take a bit of waiting, but I can get that much iron. But the real problem is how high I have to go to reach the very top. How, like, steep it would have to be, and then the cape just wouldn't look realistic at all. But you will see how I dealt with that soon.
The sword is now finished, bar 2 deep slate tiles blocks that I'm going to fill in now. That's where the water's coming from. I just missed that. I didn't finish it. I only had 2 blocks left, and I just completely forgot about it when I logged off and came back and started building blade. So that's going to get fixed now, and then I'm going to have to start work on the cape, which is not
Gosh,
going
this
to
is
build right to
shaky.
the very top of the blade as I imagined, because we had to swap where the sword was because of how badly I did the original blade and had to make it the handle. So I'm just going to use these iron blocks as the outline of where I want it to be, and then just red concrete everywhere else.
Okay, so those 2 deep slate tiles blocks, I don't know how I missed them. I didn't finish it. I had 2 blocks left. I went down specifically to get them and come back up, and then I could start work on the cape. But, well, no, then I could start work on the sword. But when I came down, I just completely forgot about what I was doing when I got down to my house. Logged off. I had to come off for 2 hours to go out somewhere. And I came back, and I just completely forgot about them. And then I was just walking around the handle trying to get a good camera angle. And I realised that I was just missing 2 deep slate blocks. I have no idea what I was doing. Okay, here we go. Cape outline.
Outline complete. It goes about halfway up the first area of the blade. I think it's pretty good. Let's get the red concrete in. Though I only have 48 pieces, so I'm going to have to gather some more gravel. Wow, 48 red concrete did so much for me.
That sarcasm was terrible. But, yeah, 48 concrete did a lot. Did plenty. Oh, it's blurry.
This tower is so tall that when I came back up to continue working on the cape with 3 more stacks of red concrete, the top was so far out of render distance, so there was just floating water coming from it. But then as soon as I brought it back into render distance, the water kept falling again. The water was stuck falling mid-air because the top is so far out of render distance from the bottom. It may be a bit too tall. I still need to fit a crown on this.
So the problem coming with here, I'm using water to get to the very top, but then when I place down water at the very top, it out at the bottom when it's falling, it comes out of render distance, so it just doesn't fall anymore. But then when I go right the way down to the bottom, it still doesn't fall because the top is still out of render distance. It's just, it was madness. But here it is.
So the cape is about a quarter of the way done. It's going to take an estimated amount of about 10 stacks of red
That was pretty
concrete.
wrong.
Then we can start working on the crown. However, I have noticed something, is that my sword is an odd number of blocks in width. The crown is an even number, which means that the crown will not be accurate to the block. It will have to have an extension. I will make it work. And I'm pretty sure no one will notice anyway, because I'm not sure how many people have actually memorized the exact pixel placement of the crown.
This severely annoyed me for a while, but I couldn't get the exact Technoblade crown on the top because it's odd number of width, even number of width, which is really annoying. I really wanted it to be exact, but I just had to work with what I had. I mean, the tower here, I actually should clarify, the tower here was there originally. The only new part is the sword. This tower was there originally. I had it as like a cool viewing platform that I could just look down on my world from. So that was already there, and that was already an odd number because of the water tower that I made up to climb it. But I still haven't gone to the Nether to to get any soul sand to make it go up. I just float up it every time. They just really annoyed me, and I couldn't do anything about it. I wasn't going to restart and remake the entire tower. It had already been too long.
I have now nearly finished the cape. I grossly overestimated how much I'd need. I actually only needed 6 or 7 stacks. I have enough gravel for another stack, but I need to gather more sand. I'm not sure if I'm going to extend the cape a bit, just on some of the edges, because it does get longer in the middle and shorter on the edges, which isn't quite how I think it should probably work, especially if we're going for realism. But to be honest, if you look at my design, I mean, you can't really see it from this angle, but it's not exactly realistic. But I'm going to do my best.
The catchphrase of this video is just, I'll make it work, or I'll do my best. I didn't end up extending it that much. I just made it equal on each side as it was, because it just looked good. You'll see soon. I didn't need to harvest any more red concrete for anything. I had enough from what I did there, and I'm doing things wrong again. Spoilers!
Okay, I was right with my second estimation. I only did 6 or 7 stacks, got 9 blocks spare. The entire cape is finished. Now it is on to the crown.
And then I admire the cape for way too long because it looked terrible from up there, but great from below.
It's beautiful. It's just missing one thing. I gotta say, however bad the cape seemed up there, I thought the cape looked absolutely horrific from up there. It looked terrible. It was terrible the way it attached to the sword, the way it moved with the hypothetical wind just didn't work. But looking at it from down here, it is absolutely perfect. Only the crown to go.
And then I admire it some more.
I'm sorry I keep coming back to it, but I just keep getting better angles on my way, and it is just beautiful. Sorry.
Was this another admiration? Oh god. Okay. For the crown, I need to get the right concrete for the jewels. I had enough red, light blue, and dark blue concrete to spare. I had enough extra dyes for purple. The one thing I was missing was lime dye. And you'll see the struggle. You can skip ahead a bit, a good couple minutes if you like, if you don't want to see me constantly complaining about the struggle to get some lime dye.
All I need to get all the materials is lime dye. I need a singular sea pickle. I have found 2 sea temples, this is one of them, and 2 ruined portals. But not a single sea pickle. And I already know there are no deserts in the area, so I can't get any cacti for green dye, so that is entirely off the table. Oh god.
And some more.
Bro, I found an amethyst geode before I found a single sea pickle.
God, the audio quality is terrible.
Not even a desert biome nearby that might have cacti. Just anything that can give me lime dye.
So lime dye is crafted with cacti, which can be smelted into green dye and bone meal, lime dye. Sea pickle can also be directly made into lime dye.
But an amethyst geode and no lime dye.
And it keeps going.
There is a shipwreck, and I'm not sure if you can see it. There is another amethyst geode. Still no sea pickle.
And I don't think I mentioned much more because I didn't want there to be too many clips of me just complaining, but there was so much more. I found another 3 shipwrecks. I found just a full shipwreck on a beach. I found a ruined portal that floated on the water. Usually ruined portals are underneath the water, but there was one that was just floating. It's a floater! Oh god, Elizabeth, okay. Yep.
So, still can't find a sea pickle, but using my expert Minecraft knowledge,
Quote
I
unquote
remembered
expert.
that acacia biomes only spawn next to desert biomes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there is an acacia biome near spawn where I am, but the desert is so small there are no cacti. But I'm going to hope that there are some cacti in the desert near here.
That's definitely the reasoning.
I grossly underestimated how large this acacia biome is. It's turning night as well. I need to find the desert quick.
Luckily, night didn't bother me too much because I found a lot of villages. I found like at least 10 villages, so I got beds pretty quickly. But there being no cacti on the desert next to the acacia biome near me isn't the right reasoning. It's the fact that there isn't a desert biome. It turns out my quote-unquote expert Minecraft knowledge is not at all expert, and you'll see in the next clip.
Or over a really long period of time, and it's day again. Also, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock at night. I'd been going a while, and I was going to go until 1 a.m. that day, looking for the slime dye, and then for another 2 hours when I woke up this morning.
I have looped around the entirety of the acacia biome. There is no desert.
There's the realization.
Maybe my so-called expert Minecraft knowledge isn't quite there. It isn't quite as expert as I thought it was. But I did manage to grab, nope, a bed. So now I will not have to deal with the night. Thank God.
I may not have much expert Minecraft knowledge on biomes, but at least I do know that a wandering trader is 0.05 blocks taller in Java Edition. I knew that from things later in this video. And I pressed the wrong thing again, okay.
Home is almost 6,000.
For, like, good context, home is at 100, negative 200. Just for a bit of context.
Blocks away. I somehow picked
6,000.
up a cow along the way. There are so many rare things that I have found, but I cannot find a sea pickle or a cactus. Every time I see sand on the horizon, I have a glimpse of hope before I see that it's just a beach with a forest behind. I don't know what to do anymore. It's 20 to 11. I've been doing this for an hour. I just want
An hour is a small amount of time. I just
Worst
needed
thing is
one.
I'm pretty sure there was a wandering trader near my house that was selling lime dye as well. I didn't have emeralds at the time, but from all the shipwrecks, I now have 13 emeralds. I just want to go home and build a crown. Out of all the building, all the gathering materials, this has taken the longest. Nothing else has compared to this. Nothing during this build has taken more than an hour, except finding a singular piece of lime dye. Nothing else has taken that long. Absolutely nothing. Each individual task has not taken that long. But finding a singular piece of lime dye, that one's got to take over an hour. Just please let me find it soon. I'm gonna lose any and all sanity.
And an hour was a pitiful amount of time to complain about back then. I realise now that was... Ooh, I went for like 5 hours searching for this thing.
It has been another 20 minutes. Still 1,000 blocks away. I cannot find for the life of me. I really just want to go back in creative mode. Well, back in creative mode. I haven't been in creative mode. But I really want to go in creative mode to do this. But, I mean, I can show you I haven't been in creative mode. It's settings. It's going to take a second. But, oh, yeah. If I go to...
Gosh, this was really zoomed in.
Achievements and notifications, that shows you that
Yeah.
I have not been on creative.
Yeah. On Bedrock, if you haven't been in creative yet, then if you click on the creative thing, it will give you a warning to say that you won't get any achievements. So that's like my proof that I haven't been on creative.
But somehow I have looped back around, as I have found some enchanted leather boots that I dropped ages ago. I just need one singular piece of lime dye. But I'm not going to stop. I'm going all night. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going all night long.
All night long.
Fun on here. For techno. For Sparta. For the memes. For the... Just... I'm so tired.
I don't know what I was even saying at that point. Narnia, Sparta, just memes. I don't know what I was thinking then. I was incredibly tired. It was like 11:30, I think, at that point. It was madness.
I have just ended up coming in so many different circles. I've destroyed the boat. I'm leaving the cow here. I'm going home. If I can find a wandering trader, there are so many that spawn near me. I just need either green dye from it, lime dye, cactus, or a sea pickle. Those are 4 things. If any of them are there, tradable. I have 13 emeralds now. If I can get any of them, that's me done. But I'm just going in so many circles. I am never going to find anything at this rate. I am almost 6,000 blocks away. It's time to go home.
At this point, I was seriously considering just not getting the lime dye. If I just didn't get the lime dye and I just left the holes in the crown, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference from where you finished. Like, looking at it from the ground, you just could not see the individual jewels in the crown. So I was seriously considering just faking it and just like maybe fixing it at another point, like over time as wandering travelers showed up or wandering traders. I was seriously just considering not getting the lime dye, but I kept going.
Finally, I am back. There's the tribute. Slowly coming into render distance. If you're wondering, my home is at 100, -200. Sorry, I didn't mention it before.
Yep,
I'll probably mention
I did.
it in a voiceover later.
Yay, that's me.
But I'm finally back. There better be a wandering trader somewhere, or I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, also, just after this, I'm just going to mention, on my roof here, there are no lights. It's completely dark at night, and I have never had anything spawn there. But of course, as soon as I came home, incredibly tired after this long trek, looking for lime dye, I go up on the roof to look around for wandering traders, and for the first time ever, something spawns on the roof. A horde of 4 zombie villagers spawns on my roof and attacks me. Nothing has ever spawned on that roof. But of course, as soon as I get home there, absolutely getting attacked. There's the water thing I was telling you about. When it goes out of render distance, it just stops falling mid-air.
To my vast disappointment, there are absolutely no wandering traders anywhere. So now I have to just wait for one to spawn. They have a 2.5% to 7.5% chance to spawn every day. And according to the internet, it takes approximately 1 to 14 Minecraft days.
That was actually...
Which is a really accurate probability. So I'm just going to start working on the crown now. It's not going to be exact because of the odds and evens, so I am actually going to need to get some more yellow concrete because I made the yellow concrete exact before remembering that I need a bit more. And I just have to hope that a wandering trader spawns at some point during that, and I actually see it and find it. But until then, I'm going to try making the crown, or most of what I can do at the moment.
You can hear the hope draining from my voice in these clips, man. But I was, like, my biggest fear at this point was that a wandering trader would spawn and I would just miss it. I wouldn't see it and I'd miss it and it would be the one that I needed. That was my biggest fear at this point. It was madness. But while 1 to 40 in Minecraft days for one to spawn isn't the most accurate of scales, it was actually pretty accurate. I got it like 4th or 5th day most times, but it still took ages.
Okay, I finished constructing what I can of the ground, but I still can't get any
Creeper on the horizon.
I wish I could just get some from these creeps or something. I don't want to look at the crown until it's completely finished, so I'm going to close my eyes whilst I turn the camera up.
I said I was going to close my eyes, but I actually, I couldn't help myself. I opened my eyes a bit just to check if it was, in render distance or something.
So you guys can see it, also the creeper there. Okay, 1 second.
Had to defeat the creeper real quick, and we back.
Creeper hurt my axe a lot, but we're fine. So I'm going to close my eyes whilst I move the camera up, just so you can see it if you want to see it, but I'm not looking at it until I get the lime jewels in. Of course, it's not perfect, it's the odds and evens, so...
Yada yada, we've already said it 10 times.
I got the same colour jewels in roughly the same place. I tried my best, but here we go. Oh, it's not properly in render distance. I can open my eyes, it's fine. It's not properly in render distance, you can't really see it, but you can see the crap. You can see it. It's good there. You can't really make out the individual jewels, but it's there. And I'm impressed by it. I am so proud of that. That has got to be my biggest building project. It's taken me all day from like 10 o'clock in the morning to what is now 11:57.
And another hour after that.
I'm still looking for the lime dye. There it is. Once I get the lime dye, it will truly be finished. Which probably won't be today. It will probably have to be tomorrow morning.
It was indeed 2 hours into the next day.
I'm super proud of this.
It was 2 hours into the next day. I was completely right with that assumption. Ooh, you can see some of the stuff at the bottom here.
There is a wandering trader.
Ooh,
Please,
my
please
desk.
have lime dye.
Ooh.
Please, green dye, lime dye, cactus, just anything. Please, please, I've been waiting so long. It has been another hour. I have spent so long. Please, please. 3, 2, 1. Damn it, damn it, damn it.
The first of many.
Cyan dye. That's what takes the dye slot.
There wasn't always a dye slot, I don't think, but...
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Guess I'm waiting another hour. You have disappointed me. Thoroughly.
In case, obviously I killed it because I was annoyed, but I also had to kill it so that another one would spawn. If I didn't kill it, then it wouldn't despawn for another couple of days, and that would just delay it a bunch more, so I had to kill them for the despawn anyway.
Okay, currently invisible, and just being protected by creepers, but there is another wandering trader. We have a chance. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
No dye.
Ah! It's now the next day. I've been waiting about 35 minutes.
Yep, 35 minutes into day 2.
I also tried exploring a bit more in a completely different direction. But of course you just can't give me some lime dye, cactus, green dye, sea pickle, just any of it. No. Not acceptable. Better luck next time.
But yeah, I did do some more exploring, just in a different direction. Didn't find anything, so I didn't make any clips on it, so...
Nobody panic. Nobody panic. I found them. I found them. I found them. I did some maths. We have a 24 in 64 chance to get one of the things that we need. So by technical chances, well, not by technical chances, by simplified chances, we have a 3 out of 8 chance. We've already done 3. This is our 4th, so we technically have 2 wrong chances and 3 right chances that we can go for. But that's like a simplified one, so it's not technical.
This is just me going completely mad, trying to use stats to give myself hope. I am sad and I have no life.
There There's 24 out of 64 chances. Let's go. Come on. Get back here, you invisible. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but I was watching Technoblade throughout the entire thing. I watched through the entire Bed Wars win streak. I'm like halfway through the Sky Wars playlist. What else did I watch? Potato War and just the rest of the Skyblock videos. I watched a lot of Technoblade and still am.
I'm buying 9 of these. Yes! Lime die! Woo! It's gonna be done! I'm finally gonna be able to finish this. I'm going to that damn crafting table right now, immediately. I have been doing this for 2 damn hours this morning. I could have recorded so many videos, but I didn't. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. I don't need the bone meal. Chuck it in there. No, I need this. Immediately. Where is my water? How did I drop it? Oh, I left it over there when I did a water bucket trick earlier.
Yeah. I also want to say, now that we finally got the lime dye, people who skipped ahead a bit, welcome back. We have lime dye. It took 5 hours, was it? Something like that. But I would also like to know, I know now I have a few more commenters. I know Speedy Councilist and if one person who keeps changing the username, I never know what to call them anymore. I think the username at the moment's Gilded. We get a few more commenters now. But if you guys want to see Minecraft, tell me, because surprisingly, like, I managed to get a pretty good angle for this where I pointed my camera at the screen, and it surprisingly gave a pretty good quality. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as perfect as like screen capture with Roblox, but if you want me to replace some videos of Roblox with Minecraft, I would not mind. I can create a survival series. I can go on the servers. It's Bedrock, obviously, so I can go on Mineplex, the Hive. You know, if you want to see that, do tell me in the comments. First one that would be replaced would likely be YouTuber's Life, which is what this video is replacing. Roblox YouTuber's Life, obviously. But I would gladly make some Minecraft videos because this was really fun to do. No matter how aggravating the lime dye was, it was still super exciting.
Oh, yes! Finally. Let's go.
Oh, sir, if we're talking about a survival series, actually, no. If we were doing a survival series, I'd make a new world. I was just gonna ask if you wanted me to do that on this world or another one, but this is like my personal world that I play on a bunch. And I wouldn't want to only be able to play it during videos, and I'm already a fair bit into it, so I'll just leave it.
Those things show up like every half an hour sometimes, every hour sometimes. They take so long.
Talking about the Wandering Traders.
It's time to finish it. Turn it all. Don't cry. I messed up the torches and everything. It's fine. I don't even care anymore. I don't remember how I laid these out. Probably like that. It's time to finish this.
And then here it was.
Okay, this is also my first time seeing it fully finished. It is completely done. All of the lime dye is in. I can finally get to recording some videos, get the voiceover in, and I can upload this today. I am so proud of this. Look at that. That is wonderful. Can I get to this one? Oh, that is brilliant. Screenshot taken.
There's the thumbnail.
That is wonderful. I think I did a really good job. You can't really see the exact jewels from here and the composition of the crown, which is good because it is not exact, because odds and evens. But I think I did a really good job, and I absolutely love this. This is brilliant. This is the biggest build I've ever done in Minecraft. It's taken me the longest it ever has. I mean, overall, including the lime dye thing, it's taken me like 14-15 hours to build. Gathering resources included, obviously. Not including gathering the resources, just like the build itself, probably only a couple hours actually. I'm surprised the cape turned out so well. I didn't expect it to really. I expected the cape to just be absolutely terrible, but it actually worked pretty well. The crown is in the perfect place. I wanted it to be like right on the top of the crown, just like it was floating above, kind of like a halo. But it's just too tall, it wouldn't be in render distance, so I brought it down a bit. And I think I did a really good job. It's perfect. The Techno Tribute is complete. What I now call Techno Tower. It's finished. And I love it.
I am so unbelievably proud of this. I know I mentioned it in the clip, but I am so unbelievably proud of it. I love it. I was so depressed in the morning, crying for ages. But just as I went on building this, I just felt so much better about it. Like why I sound so cheerful now, even in like comparison to such a horrific event is this. I just felt so much better about it, knowing that I'd done something for it. You know, I kind of felt like, you know, I'd been subscribed to Technoblade for years. I've been watching for ages. I think I joined midway through the Bed Wars win streak videos. I was lured in by that clickbait. But I never really did much. I barely made it to most of the streams, to be honest. I only made it to like half of them. And that was, even then, that was just like Dream SMP streams. But just doing this made me feel a whole lot better about it. And I'm really proud of it. I'm really glad that I did something and that I am actually making a video about it. A lot of the time, like whenever I stopped building and took a break, I somehow just kept convincing myself that now that I've started making clips, that I'm just doing it for the views, but I really don't care about the views. I don't care about the subscribers. But my brain just kept convincing me, and I was really half and half on whether I was going to make a video or not, because I just somehow kept convincing myself that I was doing it just for the views now that I'd started making clips. But I'm really glad that I kept doing it and I finished it, and I get to show it off in this video. But now, even though we think that we are saying goodbye to Technoblade in this era, you can never truly die until your legacy dies as well. And that will never happen.